Welcome back. I'm excited to dive deeper into intention, which is one of the principles in my RISE. And I'm really excited to go further into intentional living. I want to see everyone around me, including you, lead a more intentional life. And it will bring you so much more joy, so much more purpose and fulfillment. So thank you for being here today. So in the last episode, I gave people a lot of questions to ponder and where they wanted to set their intentions at. And I want to reiterate that you don't have to answer all of those questions in one day. You can decide one day, I want to answer who I want to be today and set the intention there. Today, I want to be kind. And that's the one thing you focus on that day. Another day, you can focus on, where can I be of service? And that's it for the day. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed and feel like you have to answer all of the WWWWH questions in one day. That would overwhelm you. So we can definitely daily change our intention on what we want to accomplish that day.
So what would be, I just need tangibles. I think I'm that person. It needs to be spelled out for me. So what is actually, if today, is it meditation? Is it journaling? Is it just a mind shift? Truly, how do I start this process?
I think it always helps to wake up in the morning. And if you wake up earlier, the better. Because if you can carve out a good 30 minutes or so and wake up feeling gratitude, that's the first thing. Just feeling grateful that your feet hit the ground and that you can start your day, that you have another day on this earth. That's wonderful. And then I always say it's good to get quiet with yourself. And if you can journal, I think that is much better because you are putting that intention down on paper. So it really could be as easy as you starting a journal, a daily journal of how do I want to feel today? If you want to answer that question, or who do I want to be today? And you answer that question and you're calling that into your life. By you writing that down, putting that pen to paper, you're calling that into your life.
This is reminding me of red car syndrome. It's like when you go shopping for a car and you set your mind on, okay, I want that car. And then you start seeing the car everywhere. You feel like everyone has that car. Well, it's not because more people have that car. It's because you're focused on that vehicle and now you see them everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, right? If you set your intention to be grateful or whatever it is, you are exactly like you're saying, you're going to call it into your life and you're going to start seeing it around you more. And I think it would be encouraging for people who feel like, I'm not into the spirituality stuff. I think just try it.
Well, and you don't have to be spiritual. And I don't think you have to be on that path to adopt some of these principles. There's actually a lot of research in neuroscience. If you want to get behind more scientific-based research, it really is a mind shift. I mean, you can today decide that you want to think differently, behave differently, and act differently. So you can do all those things and it starts to create new synapses in your brain. So it just takes you really, again, setting a firm intention because then you bring conscious awareness to it. So that's the beauty of it. So you don't have to be spiritual and woo-woo and you really can, from a scientific perspective, it really does change the brain function. So you can adopt a new way of being just through intention.
I think there's a difference too in saying, oh, I want to be this person and I'm going to make changes in my life that match what that person would do versus I just am that person.
Well, that's the beauty of all of this is you can actually get your body to feel the emotions and then your brain will adopt that as truth. So if you decide, I want to be a healthier person today. I want to be a healthy, fit person. Well, how would a healthy and fit person feel, right? Could you feel those positive emotions? How would a person who's healthy and fit move throughout their day? So you see what you're doing? Subconsciously now you're going to start making decisions based upon that feeling. I feel healthy. I feel good. You're not going to choose the cheeseburger for lunch. You will probably choose the better option, right? So that's what starts to happen. Once you start to feel into these emotions, you really start adopting a new way of thinking, and then you just become a new person. basically. I believe so much in intentional living because I suffered with chronic anxiety for years. I was just simply reacting to my environment. And I didn't realize that I had more control than I thought. And every day I make it my intention to not live in that state of anxiety. So that's how I move throughout my day. And I've created a life now that does not reflect an anxious driven state, but that was with clear intention. I no longer wanted to live with anxiety. And I knew there was a better way to live. And so I really worked on rewiring my brain the last 3 years.
What's a baby step to rewiring your brain? Because it sounds like a big thing to take on.
A baby step. Oh man, that's going to be tough to choose. I would say that you basically have to get into that subconscious mind. And the only way you can do it is through meditation. And you have to become comfortable with that practice. And a lot of people cannot do it. They cannot quiet the mind. But if you can get to a place where you can start with baby steps, that is where the magic happens in meditation. And it can be as long as 5 minutes. If that's where you want to start, any start is a good start. It doesn't have to be an hour. Practice in quiet. Everything I do for the most part is guided. That's where I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable someone talking me through a meditation and reminding me to breathe, reminding me what to put my focus on. Because I think if we're often left to our own devices, we don't know where to go. We're just sitting there. We're like, well, and then we start thinking all these other thoughts and they're going crazy. But I find guided meditation to be a good gateway.
I love that. Is there such thing as too big? Like setting your intentions on something too big or too unachievable? Is there like such thing as that?
I've thought about this, but no. I think that I'm in a group right now with women, successful entrepreneurs, that we've been challenged to dream big, and it seems daunting. It seems like, how is that going to be possible? But our facilitator has really encouraged us to go there. Like, don't be afraid to go there and actually feel the feelings. Feel the feelings of you having reached the goal. And even if you just stay in those elevated emotions, imagine what that does to your nervous system. Imagine what that does to your brain. Imagine what that does to your body as a whole, right? Can't hurt. You're feeling really, really good about that dream, that goal, that intention, whatever it is. So I don't think it's too big. I think it's scary though. I think we all get scared to think about those things. But as long as you're feeling the feelings, those are good. They're going to produce something positive in that direction. So let's recap. Intention can feel really big, like a big principle to work on, but it's actually essential to living the life you want to live, because intention is the signal your soul recognizes. You need to remember that. And when your soul is guiding the way, you are going to be living a life that feels good to you and is aligned with what your soul really wants. So I'm encouraging you to take baby steps. Answer one of the questions I have for you. And it could be one small intention can lead to big changes in your life. And really try to get quiet with yourself in the morning, if you can, on a daily basis, to check in with yourself and see, like, what is it that I want to intend today? What do I want to bring in? What do I want to call in today? And write it down, call it in. And, third, really feel into it. Like, if you're feeling good, guess what's going to happen? More good feelings and emotions are going to keep coming to you because you're in that elevated state. You're not operating on survival emotions of fear, anxiety, stress. So even if that's just your intention for the day, that's huge. Just that you want to feel good and you don't want to live with anxiety. You don't want to live with stress. What you are is what you attract. I mean, that's the truth. Absolutely. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to diving deeper into more of my principles with you and giving you tools to live a better life and rise to your higher self.